Hey Thrivers, welcome back. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where you are not sure if what you are feeling is real? Like, is this person really being shady? Or am I just overreacting? Is this situation actually unsafe? Or is my trauma making me see danger where there isn't any? If you've ever questioned whether your perception is accurate or if your past is clouding your judgment, you are not alone. Today, we're going to talk about how trauma can shape the way we see people and situations, and how to figure out if it's our intuition speaking or if it's an old wound trying to protect us. Here's the thing, we've experienced trauma. So, our brain has learned to protect us. And sometimes that means it reacts to things that feel familiar, even if they're not actually the same. And this is called pattern recognition, and it's a survival mechanism. But here's where that gets tricky sometimes. Our trauma will convince us that sometimes or something is happening again when it's really not. Maybe you feel rejected, but the person isn't actually pulling away. Maybe you sense danger, but there's no actual threat. Or maybe you assume the worst about someone's intentions because in the past, assuming the best has only led to pain. Dr. Bruce Perry talks about how trauma rewires the brain, keeping us in a constant state of high alert. And when you're in that state, your brain doesn't just react to what's happening now, it reacts to everything that has ever happened to you before. I've had moments in my own life where I had to stop and ask myself, wait, is this real or is this just familiar? I had a time recently where I was having a conversation with someone and suddenly I felt like they were belittling me, like they were dismissing everything I had to say. My heart started racing and I could feel myself about to shut down. But then I took a step back, okay, and I realized they weren't actually doing that. I was feeling something from my past, a time when my voice was ignored and my brain was reacting like it was happening all over again. Now, does that mean that my feelings weren't valid? No, but it does mean that my reaction wasn't just about that particular person, it was something much deeper. I want you to think about a time when you reacted strongly to something. Ask yourself, was this person or situation actually harmful, or did it just remind me of something that was? Do I have evidence that supports what I'm feeling, or am I filling in the gaps with past experiences? If someone else was in the same situation, would they see it the same way that I do? These questions aren't about doubting ourselves, they're about making sure that we're not reacting to something that is old wounds that are just resurfacing. So, what can we do to get better at telling the difference between our intuition and trauma? Here are some things that has helped me. One is I pause before reacting. When I feel strong emotional responses, I take a breath and ask myself, what is this reminding me of? I reality check with a safe person. If I'm unsure about a situation, I talk it through with someone that I trust. A different perspective sometimes helps me see things more clearly. You guys, I trust my growth. Healing does not mean that I'll never be triggered, but it does mean that I've learned how to navigate through those triggers with more awareness and control. Our trauma might whisper, be careful, don't trust this. But our healing voice will say, let's look at this with fresh eyes. And that's the voice that we're learning to trust. Listen, Thrivers, like I keep saying, this work isn't easy, but it's worth it. We are not broken. We are learning. And every time we pause, reflect, and choose a response instead of a reaction, we are rewriting the story our trauma tried to tell us. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who might need a reminder. Don't forget to talk to me in the comments, like, subscribe, and be a part of this community. We are healing, growing, and thriving together. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're worth it.